This is ACEP's Capital Minute, a look at what's happening in Washington, D.C. right now, affecting emergency physicians and your patients. I'm Laura Worcester. Hundreds of emergency physicians from across the country were in the nation's capital last week for ACEP's annual Leadership and Advocacy Conference. The four-day event featured speakers such as Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana and Representative Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona. HHS Assistant Secretary of Preparedness and Response, Dr. Robert Kadlec, also spoke to members about emergency preparedness for medical disasters. Amy Walter, TV commentator and editor of the Cook Political Report, gave an update on the outlook for the upcoming fall midterm elections. On Tuesday, doctors spread out all over Capitol Hill to advocate for their patients on three specific issues: opioids, drug shortages, and disaster preparedness.
I'm here because I actually believe that this does make a difference. So this is my 7th year coming to LAC. I came the first time from Ohio with our Leadership in Development Academy. I was one of our leadership fellows, and this was kind of the highlight of the year for us, was to come to LAC and do the Hill visits.
Well, it's important for many people. It's important for our patients. It's important for physicians. It's important for politicians to know what they're voting on.
For more information on the bills ACEP is supporting and advocating for, please go to the link at the bottom of the screen.
It makes a difference. It makes a difference each and every day. You were at the table preventing all of us from being on the menu.
United States Surgeon General Jerome Adams was the keynote speaker at Wednesday's first ever Solutions Forum, talking about opioids. The fireside chat conversation with incoming ACEP President Dr. John Rogers focused not only on the nation's opioid epidemic, but also on potential solutions to the crisis.
We need to make sure we're putting on that tourniquet, that we're stopping the bleeding, but then also that we're connecting them to the definitive treatment.
After his remarks, Dr. Adams tweeted that emergency physicians are leaders in their communities, and he is proud of their leadership and innovative solutions. ACEP released a poll of emergency physicians in conjunction with LAC that said 9 in 10 emergency physicians surveyed have experienced shortages of critical medicines in their EDs. In addition, nearly all of them say their EDs are not fully prepared for surge capacity in the event of a natural or man-made disaster. The news was picked up by CBS News, Modern Healthcare, MedPage, and more than 100 other news outlets. ACEP is urging Congress to focus more on the medical aspects of preparedness in the Pandemic and All Hazards Preparedness and Advancing Innovations Act that is currently being drafted. On drug shortages, ACEP has worked with congressional offices to develop a letter to FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb calling on him to convene the FDA Drug Shortages Task Force along with other key federal departments and relevant stakeholders to identify the root causes of drug shortages and make recommendations to Congress on how to address them. ACEP is now seeking to add congressional signatures to the letter to increase its impact. Please ask your federal legislators to sign on by visiting the link on your screen. Dr. Charles Patavina, an ACEP member and emergency physician from Maine, testified before the Senate Aging Committee on Tuesday about barriers to treating older patients who are struggling with prescription drug addiction. Dr. Patavina is the third emergency physician to testify before Congress this year. He was invited to testify by the chair of the committee, Maine Senator Susan Collins. Dr. Patavina said that while many perceive the face of opioid addiction as young, the epidemic intersects just as much with older adults.
I've long felt that we need to do a better job of highlighting the success stories, because there are people who have come off them who feel a lot better. But so somehow we need to connect those people with each other, perhaps just doing a better job of publicizing it, because people can have a better life off these medications.
To learn more, go to the link at the bottom of the screen. ACEP will host a special tele-town hall on gun violence and injury prevention on June 5th from 6 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our special guest is Congressman Seth Moulton of Massachusetts, who will outline the state of Congress and progress with his gun violence legislation in the 115th Congress, including H.R. 3999, the bipartisan bump stock ban, and H.R. 5576, the no-fly, no-buy bill. Congressman Moulton is eager to engage with ACEP members on solutions to gun violence that will keep our communities and families safer. Please register at the link below to participate in the live phone call. By registering, you will receive a call at the number you provide at approximately 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, June 5th, and will be automatically connected to the tele-town hall. That's ACEP's Capital Minute for the last week of May 2018. I'm Laura Worcester. Thanks for joining me.